So Emma decides that she wants to patch things up with Miss Bates. And so she goes over to the Bateses, and there's a little scuffle, and she comes in and she's welcomed, and they talk. And things start out a little bit icy, but as the talk goes on, things clear up, and Emma came to a realization that she was actually enjoying listening to Miss Bates as she rambled on. And she also picked up a bunch of information. But, she came to realize that she was enjoying talking to Miss Bates. And um, it's really important to give people chances. There are people who have this grating, annoying voice. And um, a thing is that if you give them a moment, if you set aside the way the voice can annoy, then it's they can be great conversation. So that's one thing. And out of Miss Bates's telling, she had the things disordered a little bit, but then she got them into the right order. And it sounds like Emma is having a realization that Jane didn't decide to take the position until after Frank Churchill left. And so Emma saw that correlation, and then she started thinking about how Mrs. Churchill, everybody waits on her hand and foot. And she sneezes, and everyone, runs and grabs the tissue. And Jane, almost nobody does anything about. And how, you know, Mrs. Churchill is like, oh. And Frank comes running. And here Jane is laid up with a migraine, perhaps. And, it's just her mom and aunt. So it's like, yeah. So, and then because she was thinking of these things, her eyes were kind of fixed. And Miss Bates thought, oh, you're looking at the pianoforte. And it was like, yeah, I was looking at the pianoforte. Well, she thinks that Colonel Campbell's going to come and deal with that and, make things, come and deal with that and move it. But it'll be fine here for now. And Emma's like, okay, sounds like a plan. And things reached a good pause, and she decided, it's great talking with you. And she actually meant it, which is a good thing. And then she left. And I have problems knowing when to end conversations. And because I reached this point where it's like, okay, I think all of the information that needs to be shared has been shared. All of the politeness and social interactions, the hi, how are you doing? How's, all of that stuff has been done. And I don't know. I just have problems picking up on the cues of when to end it, because it's like there are times where it's like I say something and then it starts up the conversation again. It was like, no, I was hoping this was like an exit word. And there are some times where just standing there in silence, it's like something's expected here, but I have no clue as to what it is. Um, yeah, I have no clue as to how to end these.